Hello everyone. This is going to be the read aloud or the first read aloud for the last week of summer school. If you are on Zoom with me, just follow along. I will be pausing so we can talk during the book. If you are watching this on YouTube, feel free to also pause and talk to someone that's there with you listening to the read aloud. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start. What I am reading today is called After Sunset, and this is a fiction story. So let's talk about what fiction is. I'm going to go ahead and pause here. If you're at home watching this on YouTube, feel free to go ahead and pause and talk to someone that's there, mom, brother, sister, grandma, whoever is helping you. Talk about what fiction means. And then this is After Sunset by John Erickson, illustrated by Bradley Clark. And let's look at the picture here. This is the cover. We see it's called After Sunset. And you see the sun is kind of already setting. You see her, it looks like she's yelling at somebody, right? So let's see what it's about. Pause here, give me some predictions. What do you think it's going to be about? Okay, and we're going to go ahead and continue. Hey, come watch the sunset, I called to my little sister. We watched as the sky got darker. Some pigeons flew by. I guess they're finding a place to rest for the night, I said. Let's go inside, said my sister. It's getting dark and we won't be able to see anything. Just wait, I said. There's a lot to see after sunset. We watched the sky until the sun was below the horizon. A few bright stars appeared. So now we know who she was calling out to. Who was she calling out to? That's right, she was calling out to her sister. And she wants her sister to look at the sunset with her. Do you think her sister wants to stay out in the dark and watch the sunset? Why or why not? I think her sister does not want to stay out. If we go back here, it says, let's go inside, said my sister. It's getting dark and we won't be able to see anything. So it looks like her sister is kind of worried about it being dark, right? Also, let's look at the words that are bolded. Sunset, sun, horizon, stars. So let's go ahead and pause here. Talk about what these words mean. If you don't know what, let me know if there's one of these words that you don't know or you're not sure what it means. If you're at home, go ahead and pause and talk to someone. Where do the stars come from? My sister asked. The stars are just there, I said. But they weren't there a little while ago, she said. Is that what you think? I asked her. The pigeons go rest at nighttime and come out in the daytime, she answered. Do the stars go somewhere in the daytime and come out at the nighttime? We're going to pause here. Go ahead and talk about what's going on. What do you think? What happens to the stars when it's daytime? I said, the stars are hard to see in the daytime, but they are still there. When the sky is bright with sunlight, you can't see stars. When the sky gets darker, the stars look brighter. Look at the sky now. We could see many more stars. As we looked up, we saw the blinking lights of an airplane. Airplanes aren't like stars or pigeons, said my sister. You can see them in the daytime when the sky is bright. And you can see them at nighttime when the sky is dark. You're right, I answered. Stars and pigeons and airplanes are not alike. But they are all things we see in the sky, my sister added. What are some other things we see in the sky? Where is the moon? My sister asked. I can see it. I'm not sure, I said, but I like it when the moon is not in the sky at night. I can see the stars better. Isn't the moon in the sky every night? She asked. No, I told her. Some nights we don't see the moon at all. Sometimes we see the moon in the daytime instead. Have you seen the moon in the daytime? Suddenly, we saw a streak of light in the sky. Oh, a meteor, I said. That was cool, she said. Will we see another one? I don't know, I told her. I don't think you can predict a meteor, but I do know we'll see the moon again one night soon. We're going to go ahead and pause on this page. Let's talk about these words. Streak, meteor, predict. Where have we seen these words? A dark sheet flew over our heads. My sister said, Did you see that bat? You were right. There is a lot to see after sunset. I pointed to the sky again. Did you see the bright light? Yeah, she said. It's a star. No, I replied. It's a planet. I think that one is Jupiter. It looks like she's pointing at this one, right? So why do you think she thinks this is a planet? Or how can she tell this is a planet, but the other ones are stars? I've heard of Jupiter, she said, and other planets like Venus and Mars. Can we see those? I'm not sure. I don't know if they are in the sky right now. Then I remember something. There is one other planet that I know you can see. Look down. That's planet Earth. And you can see she's pointing down and she's thinking about Earth. So what are the 3 planets that she's thinking about? It's funny to think that Earth is a planet, said my sister. It's not up in the sky. Right, I said. We are standing on Earth, but if we were in space, it would look different. Then I saw something that I don't see very often. It was the perfect time to see it. This is your lucky night, I said. Look at that bright light moving across the sky. And right here, you see she's pointing at it here. And then in this one, she's pointing at it up here. So you can see it moved up. What do you think it is? What are some predictions? We can pause right here. Keep watching, I said. It's not blinking or making any noise like an airplane. What is it? My sister asked. So it looked like it went even further up. It's a space station, I told her. It's farther away from Earth than any birds or airplanes. Much farther. It's so far from Earth that they can look out and see that Earth is a planet in space, just like Jupiter and Mars. Did anyone guess that right? Who guessed it was the space station? I thought it was a shooting star, actually. There are people up there? She asked. Yes, I answered. Rockets take people up to the space station to live. We're going to pause right here. What are those people called? The people that travel to space. What are they called? The space station has windows so the people can look down at Earth, I said. They take pictures so we can see what Earth looks like from space. My sister said, I wonder what they see. Hey, come over and see the sunset. Where is he? Is he in Earth? How is he looking at the sunset? And that's the end of the story. Here's our glossary. We can pause here and talk about these live. If you are watching this on YouTube, go ahead and pause and go over these with the person that you're working with. And then think about, where do you see these? If you don't know what one of these is, have a conversation, talk about it. And then when you are done with this, we're going to go to our activity. So this is my read aloud. And I'm going to be following up with an activity. And then for you, you'll have another read aloud, and then you're going to follow up with the same activity. Okay, so this one is called After Sunset. So you will need your piece of paper. Make sure you have your pencil, colors if you're going to want to color. Go ahead and put the title of your book. This was After Sunset. And for this activity, what you're going to do, or what I'm going to do with this one, is I'm going to pick a place or pick something that happened in the story and write about what I would do if I was there. Okay? So I could say here, if I was there with my sister, what would the conversation be like? What kind of questions would I have for my sister? Okay? So you're going to be reading another book, but I want you to think about the same thing. What if you were in that place? What would be going through your mind? What would you do? And so let me pick. I like that they're outside looking at the sunset. So I'm going to write about if I was outside looking at the sunset with my sister or brother, what would I be doing? What would I do differently? What would it look like if I was actually there? So what I would do differently, I think I would like to bring out a blanket and lay down and just look at the stars. It looks like they're having good conversation. They're asking questions about the stars, the moon. They're looking at objects in the sky like the planets, the space station. So they have great questions, but what I would like to do is I would probably like to lay down in a blanket and talk, right? Maybe take some pictures. So I'm going to write about what I would do if I was, I can say looking, I'm going to put observing, right? Observing just means that I'm paying more attention to what's going on. So I'm not just looking at the sky, I'm observing, I'm asking questions about what's up there. If I was observing the sky at sunset with my sister, I would lay a blanket and learn about objects in the sky while laying down. Okay, so that's what I would do if I was in the book. Okay, so if you are with me on Zoom right now, I went ahead and read the book and I did my activity. I am going to draw a picture, and I'm probably just going to draw outside the stars, and then me laying down with my sister on a blanket while we look at the stars. Okay,